The BBC reports a major blow to one of Mexico's deadliest cartels, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. Better known as El Mencho, the 59-year-old leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel CJNG, was killed during a high-stakes military operation on Sunday, according to Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum and defense officials. El Mencho was seriously injured in clashes between his supporters and Mexican security forces in the town of Talpa, Jalisco State. He died while being transported to Mexico City for arrest and interrogation. 4 CJNG members were also killed in the skirmish, and 3 Army personnel were injured. This operation was meticulously planned and executed by Mexican Special Forces, with aircraft from the Mexican Air Force and the National Guard deployed. They seized several armored vehicles and weapons, including rocket launchers, during the raid. The U.S. played a key role by providing intelligence that assisted in locating and carrying out the mission. Former U.S. officials, including ex-ambassador Christopher Landau, described El Mencho as one of the bloodiest and most ruthless drug kingpins, and called his death a great development for Mexico, the U.S., Latin America, and the world. Mike Vigil, former chief of international operations for the DE, described it as one of the most significant actions undertaken in the history of drug trafficking. The fallout has been immediate and violent. CJNG retaliated by launching coordinated attacks across 8 states, setting cars alight, building roadblocks with burning vehicles, and clashing with security forces. Eyewitness videos show plumes of smoke rising over cities like Guadalajara, gunmen patrolling streets, and chaos in Puerto Vallarta where thousands of tourists are trapped due to the unrest. Public transport has been suspended in Jalisco, and Governor Pablo Lemus Navarro urged residents to stay home. US carriers, including United, American Airlines, Air Canada, and Delta canceled or diverted flights to affected areas like Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. The U.S. State Department issued shelter-in-place warnings for citizens in Jalisco, Tamaulipas, and parts of Michoacán Guerrero. And Nuevo León, President Sheinbaum urged calm, stating that in most parts of the country, activities are proceeding normally. She emphasized that this is a win in her administration's fight against cartels and could strengthen ties with U.S. President Donald Trump, who has threatened to target Mexican cartels militarily. Sheinbaum made it clear that U.S. troop deployment is not on the table. Background on El Mencho: a former police officer, he founded CJNG around 2010 in Jalisco. It has grown into one of Mexico's most powerful and violent cartels, rivaling Sinaloa, with operations across the country and international reach. CJNG traffics massive quantities of cocaine, methamphetamine, and fentanyl into the U.S., responsible for billions in drug revenue and fueling the fentanyl crisis. 9,200 pounds seized at the U.S. border since October 2024, 96% via Mexico. The cartel is notorious for extreme brutality, downing Army helicopters with RPGs, killing dozens of officials, hanging bodies from bridges to intimidate rivals, and relentless attacks on security forces. The U.S. had a $15 million bounty on his head, making him Mexico's most wanted. His death is a huge victory. But experts warn that if the military cannot contain CJNG's retaliation quickly, it could overshadow the win. The cartel might splinter or escalate violence to fill the power vacuum. This is a developing story. Stay tuned for updates on the fallout, investigations, and potential power struggles within CJNG. That's the massive El Mencho takedown and cartel. Chaos on Daily Talks. Is this a turning point in the drug war, or just the start of more violence? Drop your take in the comments. I read them all. Like if you're following this, subscribe to Daily Talks for more global news breakdowns and hit the bell. I'm Amanda. See you tomorrow.